Hey guys, John here. Um, this is never a fun painting to make, but one of my friend's dog just passed. And I know that art can sometimes be healing, so I'm going to paint Aggro here. This is my friend Chelsea's dog. He passed away recently, so I'm going to be making this painting. He's a kind of like a black lab. So we're going to work on this painting today. I don't know that I'll really explain too much. I think maybe we'll just let some music play and get to painting. I'm going to start with the background. He's going to be, mostly blacks and grays and some browns. And his tongue will be pink, obviously. So background wise, I could do blue, I could do red, yellow, green. I think maybe I'll do some greens. But yeah, so I'm just gonna fast forward through most of this and maybe I'll come in to say a few things, but I figure I'll just let music play for the most part on this one. So be a little more relaxing than my normal videos where I talk the whole time. So I'll jump in if I need to tell you anything, but otherwise, enjoy. We're going to try something special here. I'm going to wet my fingers a little and drip some water. Okay, we're going to let it dry, and then I'll come and start doing the dog. Okay, we're back. I am going to pull some of this tape off so that we can get the whole subject in this painting. Pulling away from the paper. So a good way to make black look interesting is to start with purple. My highlight sections, I'm going to do this color first. So just so that there's some educational value to this video, I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about how I capture a likeness and give it life in a painting similar to this. Humans are pattern-seeking animals, and we value eyes very highly. And so I think the easiest way to give something life when you're making a painting of an animal or a person is to spend a lot of time focused on the eyes. So the first little bit here, I'm just making sure that I'm getting the right tones in, high enough contrast that things look interesting, and I'm going to do the most detail around the eyes so that that's kind of where your eyes are drawn and focused on. And what that's going to do is I can take some time to make sure that this one little spot, or I guess two little spots, are very accurate and very full of detail and life. And then the rest of the painting will kind of follow suit. Another thing that a lot of beginner painters do that causes them to lose some of the life in their painting is to make it very flat. Now, when I say flat, obviously a piece of paper is flat, but what I mean is low contrast. So right now, this doesn't look too hot because all of the tones are very close together. The darkest dark and the lightest light are not really that far apart. And in life, we can see a lot of contrast. And so giving it a ton of contrast in especially the areas that really matter is going to pull it closer to how we would view things in real life, and it's going to help it to pop. And when something pops in our brains, that kind of draws us in and it makes us more invested in it. which tricks our brains into thinking that it's real. Due to the nature of watercolors, in order to get this high contrast that I'm talking about, I've got to do 6, 7, 8 layers here. And I'm also going to come in with colored pencils and pens, and that'll help me get even darker. But I want to do a lot of the main work with the watercolors. And so you'll see me taking my time here, layering it a ton so that I can get it nice and dark in the dark areas. Okay, I'm going to give this a couple minutes to dry, and then I'm going to get into my colored pencils. I'm making a point here to follow the direction of the fur. Not only will this help me to darken things, but it will imply that texture. So you'll see around the eyes, I'm following the direction the fur goes, on the nose, in the jowls, and on the chest and neck. You'll see my strokes are going the direction of the fur. What this is doing is it's applying the illusion of detail, which will trick our eyes into thinking that it's a more realistic painting than it actually is, which is one of the several keys to getting a good likeness. So I started this section without putting my mic back on. So I don't know if the start of this is legible at all or audible, but I didn't really say very much. I'm just working my colored pencils. Even though Aggro's a black dog, I'm going to come in here with several colors as well. This is just like every other step I'm doing here, going to make the painting more interesting, and interesting paintings in our eyes seem more real, more alive. Okay, I'm going to jump into the pens now. Like with my colored pencils, this is just to kind of add more contrast, make more things pop. You see, I'm starting on the very important details, the eyes, the nose, around the head, the mouth, the things you'll focus on first. And I'm just using this to give not only an outline, but some extra texture in some of the darker areas, because this is going to be my blackest black. Like I said earlier, contrast is the main thing that makes a painting look alive. And so this stage really, I think, is what does it. Adding the highlights. You see, the second I put the highlights in the eyes, they look wet, they look alive. This dog now looks like it's actually looking at us. And I think that's the most important key to making any kind of painting look realistic, is high contrast. So very bright brights, very dark darks. And I'm just going to finish up here and we'll get to the glamour shots. Okay, so that does it for the painting. I've already got a frame picked out for it. Let me clean this up and I'll show you the frame I picked out, and then we can finish the video up. Okay, so I picked this frame out. Try not to blind you with the light. It's got a nice light wood interior, and it's got kind of a darker gray outside. It's 8x10, which is what I cut this down to be. So I'm gonna pull the tape and sign this, and then I'll get it framed up and we can take some nice pictures.
I'm outside hanging out at the koi pond. I figured I'd bring this guy outside so we can see him better in the full sun. There's what we got so far. I'm pretty happy with the result. I appreciate you watching this video if you did. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment, hit the bell so you're notified whenever I post something new. I appreciate the views. I appreciate all the love. I'll see you guys in the next one.